Hey guys, Kirk here from Kirk's Aquarium, bringing you guys yet another episode. This episode, just a quick little update again. I've been doing a fair few projects in the fish room over the weekend, and silly me, just completely forgot to record the progress for you guys, so I do apologise, but I have got most of it done now, so I'll show you guys like what I've done, and then I'll hopefully remember to record the rest of my project, what's going on. So stay tuned guys, and I'll show you what I've got up to. So I guess we'll start off. I'll show you what I haven't done yet, so that those of you who haven't seen my fish room yet know what you're about to see. So basically, a lot of you guys know, fish room has basically had bare bottom tanks. Now, I'm not going to get too much in depth about bare bottom tanks and what's right and what's wrong. I'm only going off my personal experience, so disclaimer here, don't go off everything I say. It's definitely not the way to go. It is definitely what is going to work for you, not what someone on the internet tells you. So I've found, in my personal experience, bare bottom tanks like this. Now I've been running these tanks bare bottom for a little bit over a year, and I have had success. I've been breeding cories out of them, and I've bred angelfish, and I've bred rams, and I've bred rainbow fish. But the problem I've been finding, and a lot of people are probably not going to care about this, is my water stability in a bare bottom tank. Now, the bare bottom tank, again, I've just pointed out some of the pros about it. It's easy to catch fish out of. It's, it looks cleaner, and it's, just the whole clean aspect of it. Some people don't care. Some people really, want all their tanks looking spotlessly clean and sterile sort of look. The problem with that is with no substrate in there, if you've got hard water like I do, what I keep finding is, unless I'm sort of manipulating the water a lot, my pH is just all over the place like this, just constantly up and down, and that really is not good for the fish. Now, I've known about this for a while, and I've been trying a whole heap of different methods. I'm not even going to list some of the methods I've tried because I don't want anyone else going down this rabbit hole. But straight away, I tried something about a month ago, and that was putting substrate in my tanks again. Now, granted, it is a certain substrate. The substrate I use is designed to help stabilize the pH and bring your GH down. So it's really designed and really, really good for, things like shrimp. So I'm going to jump over that now. This is a tank that I did yesterday. Now, just for a certain someone, if they look there, they can see nice white polystyrene foam underneath my tanks now. So if you don't know, glass tanks without a rim on the bottom or around like a base, most definitely should have polystyrene or some sort of styrofoam underneath them. Just a bit of a heads up, bit of an inside joke for people that don't know what I'm talking about. But yes, if you don't have foam underneath your glass fish tanks and they do not have a rim around the bottom of them, best you put some foam under those tanks ASAP. But anyway, moving on back to the video, we've got our baby sturbays in here. I was a bit scared yesterday. I've basically, stripped this tank down, pulled it off, put foam underneath, put them back on, and then put substrate in them, and then put the fish back in there. So it's a fair bit to have gone on, but didn't do it too long. The filters and all that never dried out. I left them in the water. I used the same water that I drained out of here to basically top it back off, and then maybe did like a 15% water change on top of that. And then all the filters and stuff stayed in the water as well. So very, very minimal bacteria kill off. And baby sturbays doing fine today. So again, the gravel is a special type, and I'll try and get a photo and show you guys what brand I use, because I have been using this brand of substrate for a fair few years now, and honestly, it's the only one I really use. So I don't know if it's worldwide, but in Australia it's called Aquarium by Oliver Knott. Really, really good substrate. It's made from like volcanic ashes and stuff like that over in Japan. So it's got a lot of like good materials and stuff like that in it. It's just going to help grow your plants really, really well. It's also going to help keep your pH around about that 6.8, 7.2, sort of around that neutral sort of mark. And on top of that, it also helps lower your GH, so it brings your water hardness down over time to be a bit softer. which is really, really good for a certain few, species of fish and shrimp and stuff like that. But yeah, obviously these guys are loving it. So it hasn't even been 24 hours yet. And yeah, the L397s are just loving life. I'll come over this tank. I've only done 3 tanks so far because, it's not just a matter of, for me, pulling the fish out and then putting gravel in. I've got to take the tank down and put the foam underneath because I was an idiot when I was first starting this fish room. So yeah, these guys are the super red bristlenose. I've shown you guys these not too long ago. Just thought I'd show them off again because we've got the substrate in there now. But hopefully we'll get some spawning once they get bigger. And our nice blue angels, hopefully we'll get some spawning out of them as well. More interested in getting spawning out of these two because they've got the nice black lines closer to them, close to them, as opposed to these two which have them spread apart. So again, that's just what's going on. But yeah, zoom out a bit. That's the 3 tanks there, and they look quite nice. So basically just a quick little update. It's nothing exciting, but I thought I'd show you guys that all my tanks are basically about to have nice substrate in them. So very excited for that, and we're going to have them all planted, and yeah, it's going to look really cool. Now speaking of plants, the other day I went into my local fish shop, and because I've got substrate in my tanks again, I actually missed having live plants in my tanks. So this tank you guys have seen a fair bit because I quite enjoy showing this one off. This has got the Bosmani rainbows in it. I put a Siamese algae eater in here, and within a day he pretty much cleaned all the hair algae or whatever that blackbeard algae was straight off my bulbitis fern. And then yesterday I also dumped in a couple of royal whiptail catfish. So I've got a third one, I'll probably throw him in here as well. But yeah, just turn it into a bit of a display tank really. So kind of a display tank in my fish room. But just thought I'd show off some plants. We've got gold rush down here, we've got some Java fern, we got some pogo stemon, I can't remember the name of that one, I think it's called pogo stemon something. I think we got some Ludwigia. I'm terrible with plant names, guys, so feel free to roast me in the comments, but yeah, so we've got some Anubias here as well. So I know the basic ones, like Crypts and Java Fern and Anubias. I'm definitely not an expert on growing aquarium plants, but I'm definitely getting back to my roots. Haha. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to wrap it up there before I keep carrying on. But I'm sorry that I didn't film or do like a time lapse of me draining all the tanks and pulling all the tanks off. It probably would have actually looked pretty cool. But hopefully I will show you guys it in the next video. And yeah, just hope you guys enjoyed this and another day in the fish room and more projects to come. So if you haven't subscribed already, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And like always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.